Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna be looking at the S.H.Figuarts The Dark Knight Batman by Bandai Tamashii Nations. So this is a version from the first movie of Nolan's trilogy. I've said it before in my previous videos, I'm a huge fan of what Nolan did with those movies, and Batman and Spider-Man are my two favorite superheroes from my childhood. So I was really hoping that in time I'll be able to get a figure representation of Christian Bale Batman, and that day finally arrived. This figure was released back in 2017 and I found it on sale on AmiAmi and decided to get it. This Batman works perfectly with Mafex Heath Ledger Joker, and that's exactly what I wanted for my display. So let's take a closer look at the figure. His proportions look really good, the silhouette is nice. The cape can look a little bit weird, but we'll get into that. They really nailed the look of Christian Bale underneath this Batman mask. What we see from the face here, it looks like Christian Bale, at least to me. The eyes are looking really good. I mean, there's not much to say about the paint because it's practically all kind of black or grayish, but black for the most part. But what we do see here is the sculpt. You can see these little wrinkles that are sculpted in the mask. The ears are looking really good. The skin color is really nice. I feel like there's a little bit of wash that brings out those lips and a little bit of those lines of the face. And the whole suit is looking really good with all of those little details that we saw in those movies, and even his logo on the chest, and the cape is tucked underneath that chest plate. We have these plates on his shoulders, and underneath is also a lot of great sculpting. A lot of these small details. You can see the texture of the suit. Even on his hands, it's all done really nice. The sculpting of the suit and the imitation of muscles is done really nice. The belt has a wash on it so that it really looks metallic. And look at all these small details that are perfectly painted. And here is a holster for his grappling gun, and even in the back we can see that the suit is sculpted really nice, the belt and everything, even down to his legs, it's all there, the texture, everything. Down at his boots we can see a little bit of wrinkles down here, and yeah, even the feet are sculpted really nice. So the thing that I saw a lot of people saying that it's a problem, well, first off, this shoulder piece tends to pop out when you go too far with the articulation, and see, it came right off. It's not a problem to peg it back in, and it's on a hinge so that it moves out of the way when you are articulating. And the other thing is the cape. The cape is done out of a stretchy type of material, and it has a wire on both sides. There are also two pieces of wire here. And what I feel like is the problem, it's that the pieces of wire that they used for this version of Batman, it's a bit too thick, I would say. It's harder to make it in a way so that it can hold the pose. So maybe they should have used another type of wire, maybe something that will be a little bit thinner and more pliable, you know? I feel like that the posing can be done. Could it be better? Yeah, it could be better. Look at the wingspan of this cape. It's great. Now for the articulation, his head is on a ball peg, and he can look up this much all the way down. The head can rotate 360, and we do get side-to-side movement. His arms go out this much, and again, you have to be careful when pulling the arms up like this, because you always have to watch out for these shoulder pads so that they don't pop out and you lose them down on the floor, you know, like that. But it's fairly easy to put that shoulder piece back, and as I said, it's on a hinge that goes up and down. There is a butterfly joint, a bicep swivel, double bend in the elbows, a ball peg that rotates in any direction. At the torso there is a cut up here so that we can rotate from side to side, and another cut down here for the same movement. He can crunch forward a little bit, but he can go much more to the back. There is also a little bit of leaning side to side. Belt is attached to the crotch, and this holster is on a hinge. We get a little bit of drop down in the hips. There is a thigh swivel. Legs can go forward this much, back this much, double bend in the knee. His feet are really limited, so they go back only this far and forward this far. So that's all you get. That's really limited. I'm a little bit disappointed with the way that they did that. There is a toe hinge, of course, and a really limited ankle pivot. So that's, that's not good for dynamic posing of your action figure. I forgot to mention that his feet do move side to side, so that can give us a little bit of range in those ankles. So here is our Dark Knight Batman in a simple dynamic action pose. Let's now take a look at his accessories. He comes with few pairs of interchangeable hands. So we have open dynamic hands, a pair of trigger finger hands, another pair of trigger finger hands, but this time it's a smaller gap because he comes with two types of weapons. So we have different versions of trigger fingers so that he can hold each of those weapons. Another pair of trigger finger hands for him to hold his batarangs, and then a pair of these gripping hands for when he's holding his rifle for his explosives in both hands. And then, speaking of weapons, he comes with these two batarangs that are shaped as Batman's symbol. We have his grappling hook gun, and look how good the sculpting is on this accessory. The paint and all of it, all of those small details, they really did a great job. And then his larger weapon for when he is launching those explosives, and also amazing sculpt. And look at all of these small details that are painted in silver. Look how good of a job they did with this one. Amazing. And then finally he comes with an alternate head that has a little bit of different face expression, and yeah, I don't think that it's different enough from the one that comes on the figure, but it's always great to have options even though the expressions are not that different, but I always appreciate when these companies give us a few different head options. And here we can compare these two heads that we get. So on the first one, his mouth are closed, and the other one has mouth that are a little bit open with grinning teeth. So yeah, it's always great to have options, right? Let's now compare our Dark Knight with few other figures. Here he is with Mafex Dark Knight Trilogy 2.0 version Joker and Mafex The Dark Knight Returns Battle Damage Batman. Here he is with Mafex The Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett and the Black Series Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. Here he is with Bandai Model Kit Darth Vader with custom soft goods and the S.H.Figuarts Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. And then finally here he is with Marvel Legends Movie Deadpool and NECA Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Raphael bootleg from AliExpress. All in all, this is a great looking Dark Knight Batman from Nolan's trilogy. I feel like Tamashii Nation's Bandai really did a great job on this figure. There are some issues like that shoulder pauldron and the cape with that wire that is just too thick and doesn't hold the pose the way that you would want out of your Batman figure. But considering that this is a 5-year-old figure, I think that it's great representation of the character from the movie, and yeah, I'm happy that I got him for my display. If you guys have this figure, let me know what you think about it. If you don't, do you plan on getting it? At the time of recording this video, I think that I saw on AmiAmi's online store, they still have this guy in stock. If you want to grab one, share your thoughts down in the comments. I always like to hear what you guys think. That's all I wanted to say for this video. Thank you all for watching, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you in the next video.